Alright, I am back. Okay. If I remember where we left off last night correctly, we had just gotten through most of the process of starting up the plane, but one thing is holding us back. I still have our fuel in the jerry can. We have to actually put it in the plane itself. Thank you, Kellenray. Thank you, Cleric. Oh, and this game uses the middle mouse button way too much. So I'm going to actually switch back to controller here. I also discovered there's one more thing we might want to do. I was reading up a little bit about this.
Emergency services. Hello? Hello? Yes, it's a call from Professor Valenbois' lighthouse. Professor Valenbois? Professor Valenbois? Oh, I hope he's not having another stroke. I'm sending an ambulance to the lighthouse, Professor. Hold on.
Okay. Hello, emergency services. Call a French emergency number. You actually can input the genuine emergency number of France, which would probably have been more appropriate, but I don't know what it is offhand. Right. How do I refuel this thing? I like that he's got a fuel pump here. And yet you retrieve the fuel from a jerry can. Do we refuel within the plane itself? Uh-huh. What I also discovered is that apparently there are a number of phone numbers in later games in the Siberia series. And since this is a 2025 remake of Amerzone, you can call some of those numbers from the Siberia, the later installments, and it actually works. 112 in France or anywhere in the EU. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Kellenray. But since we haven't actually played any of those later Siberia games yet, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe what we'll do is, when we find numbers in Siberia, we can occasionally load this game back up and call the numbers and see what happens. Coordinates. 1, 2, 3? Probably not. They also have a 2-digit dialing for specific access for police, fire, ambulance, and a 3-digit text number for emergency for TTY. That's very cool. Fill up the Hydrofloat's fuel tank. The tank is full, the egg is loaded, and the launch ramp is in the right position. Now I just need to enter the coordinates into the onboard computer to put the Hydra float into plane mode. During Valenbois' first expedition to Amerzone in the 1930s, he and his companions traveled aboard an amazing machine of his own invention, the Hydra float. Unfortunately, the machine did not survive the journey, so when Valenbois devised his crazy plan to return to Amerzone, he set to work building a new model. The new Hydra float is more up-to-date and efficient than its predecessor. It boasts state-of-the-art microprocessing technology, including its own operating system that requires regular updates using a collection of 5 data diskettes. I have found, however, that 3 of the diskettes Valenbois copied were corrupted, and unfortunately the old man did not have time to make new copies before he died. It leaves one to wonder where he's copying them from. Luckily, diligent, possibly obsessive engineer that he was, Valenbois provided a backup system. He had sent out copies of the diskettes to various acquaintances associated with his first expedition to Amerzone. These people all had one thing in common. They lived close to a stopping point on Valenbois' planned route. So anyone who set off today aboard the Hydra float could, in theory, pick up these diskettes along the way, and thus complete the journey to Amerzone in Valenbois' place. Someone like me, for instance. The strange diskettes that Valenbois was so set on copying seemed to contain the data required to operate and update the new model of the Hydra float, the strange machine that he built for the purpose of returning to Amerzone. Okay, now, what is this about coordinates? Yeah, that's the museum letter. That's letter to me. Oh, we never looked at the later entries, though. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Maybe this is what the telescope's all about. Okay, this doesn't really give us anything that looks like coordinates, does it? It's just 0. Fast travel unavailable. No, I can't interact with any of the rest of it anymore. Okay, that's the VCR. Nope. That just automatically focuses in on the drawing. Nope, nothing that looks helpful there. The same coordinate? Oh, so it did have to do... Okay. Luck will be out of here before the paramedics arrive. Fully automated conversion of craft not functional. Update. Semi-manual conversion set as default. Transformation preview. No, we probably don't want that. Risk of collision between propellers and floats. I wanted to go up a slot. Nope. Oh, I see. Yeah, crap. Hang on. Controller disconnected again. Okay, the problem here... How do we close up the back? And how do I confirm this once I'm done? Oh, right here. Form is valid. Flow's correctly positioned. I think we're on our way, guys. Grapnel inactive? I guess you don't really want to grapple anything when you're in plane mode. That's probably a bad thing. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Alright, let's go. Convert the hydrofloat into a plane. Take flight for a long journey. Warning, no return journey has been programmed. Departure is definitive. Use throttle. Can we clean the windshield before we go? Departure imminent. Takeoff in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. It's a rocket-propelled plane? I guess it would have to be with a runway that short, or a run ramp. Rest recommended. Nine hours, 54 minutes. Go to sleep through the journey. Did they include a bed by any chance? Finish Chapter 1. Achievement unlocked. Find out what's going on. Water landing. Warning, arrival at destination imminent, Shipwreck Island. Let's hope there are no whales. Go to sleep on something that sounds like that when you are the only one on board is how you wake up dead. You're not wrong, Kellen Ray. Okay, we have arrived. We're in South America. Warning, no return journey has been programmed. Please proceed to a docking point. Do I need to reconfigure the plane? No? Obstacle detected. Forward movement impossible. Impossible to advance on surface. Access to diskette number 2 authorized. Opening emergency compartment. Whoops. Diskette number 2. This apparently enables me to activate a grapnel and put the hydroflow in submarine mode? Identical to the one Valenbois left me for starting up the hydrofloat. Submarine mode available. Semi-manual conversion activation complete. Form to reproduce. Propellers problem detected. Okay. Validation of semi-manual conversion temporarily locked. Please proceed to a direct manual intervention on the mechanism concerned. What's it expecting? Okay, this does not appear to be helping me at all. Good to know that we can do that, though.
If anyone can hear this, please help us. We've come from the continent. We were betrayed. Oh, betrayed. Outside. The keys are gone. Cannot be trusted. If anyone can hear this, please help us. We've come from the...
They just said the continent. They couldn't be more specific. There were 7 of them that we are confident about. Oh, there are whales. Thank you for not hitting me. Okay, so there's nothing I can actually do here. Nowhere to go except back inside. Direct manual intervention on the mechanism concerned. Problem with the propellers. You couldn't maybe be a little more specific? Resolution of propeller problem. Oh, now I go out and inspect them. Okay, that makes sense. If I can't go to the propellers, bring the propellers to me. Tangled seaweed. There we go. Problem solved. Mind you, how powerful could those propellers actually be if a little bit of seaweed like that is enough to tangle them up and render them inoperable? Okay. Submarine mode. Our cat got scared by the cat in the mirror, aka just himself. Sounds like a cat. Submarine mode. Use immersion coil to depart. Get to the lagoon at the center of the island. Now it cleans the windscreen. Wow. Hey, Jim, how's it going? It's good to see you. Use throttle to initiate departure. Okay. How's it going, Jim? It's really good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Not too bad. Still bloody hot here, but the Canadian wildfire smoke is mostly cleared up. That's my experience as well. Forward movement impossible. Obstacle detected. Destination number 1, Shipwreck Island. Impossible to advance underwater. Moor at the dock. Please proceed to a docking point. Use of grapnel required to reach docking point. Okay. Grapnel active. You now have access to the grapnel, a powerful tool that can be used to tow the hydrofloat or rip obstacles out of its path. The grapnel controls surround the yellow indicator light on the dashboard. This light indicates whether or not the controls are active. For this first test, follow the instructions that will appear when you close this window. To display the grapnel aiming interface, activate the touch control below the yellow indicator light. Move the crosshairs on the aiming interface by holding down A and release it when they indicate a valid target. Now that you've selected a valid target, lower the lever above the yellow indicator light by holding down A. That would be this one. Perfect. All that's left to do now is to raise the lever by holding down A to wind in the grapnel. Almost. Try again. Aim the crosshairs at a new target by holding down A. Coordinates or conditions not yet met to reach next destination. Awaiting data. Please insert a diskette. Okay.
Is that it? Are you done with all your ruckus?
What's up, sir?
No. The fish aren't biting. What do you expect, for Christ's sake? First of all, sperm whales don't usually come into this lagoon.
I hope you're not fishing
With
for them.
all the racket you've made, you've certainly frightened the fish off. There's a whale trapped down below. He must have got caught in the old nets near the wreck. As long as it's here, fish will not bite.
I don't
That's
think
for sure.
that doesn't make sense.
And I will be in a bad mood. And when I am in a bad mood, I don't feel like talking.
Operation Whale Rescue? Go to the diving platform. Ah, diving suit, huh? Don't have anything a little more modern, perhaps? Okay, no power. Okay, so this is going to be a whole thing. However, this... Oh, yeah, I guess this would be the diving platform, wouldn't it? Let's have a look around. So what have you got going on for the rest of the weekend, Jim? In the event of a storm. Steps to follow to protect the turbine motor in the event of heavy squalls. 1. Close the air inlet. 2. Disconnect the motor and the turbine. 3. Disconnect the diving bottles. 4. Switch off the motor. Not a whole lot. I have to do a bit of actual work tomorrow. Also practice a bit for next Saturday's Road America 6-hour endurance race. Oh yes, you've mentioned that before. That is pretty cool. Okay, so I imagine I need a wrench or something to deal with this. Bar. How are you feeling for that, for the endurance race? You think it's going to go well? Oh. Corroded revolver. A fascist symbol. So probably left over from World War II era. An officer's weapon. Excerpt from the Fisherman's Logbook. June 14, 1986. Almost 6 months with no one allowed to cross. Amerzone's borders are shut. Alvarez, the nutcase. August 2nd, 1988. Fisherman stopover. Offered to bring me aboard. What's the point? I have everything I need right here. October 22nd, 1990. The final castaways left on a raft. Wanted to reach the Amerzone Delta. Poor fools. December 12th, 1993. An Amerzonian smuggler ran aground yesterday. Gave me news, bad, and bottles, very good. March 3rd, 1996. Newly shipwrecked woman trying to repair her boat. Told her to wait for the next trawler. May 23rd, 1996. Shipwrecked woman pulled up a plane wreck from the sea. Wanted to retrieve its parts for her ship. Disturbed the fish. Me too. December 17th, 1997. Big storm today. Cabin lost its roof. January 29th, 1997. Shipwrecked man from last week killed himself. Poor devil. May 15th, 1997. Storm starting earlier and growing stronger every year, but at least the fish are taking shelter in the lagoon. December 28th, 1998. It's been a long time. A poor guy claiming to have explored Amerzone. Yeah, right. I've heard that one before. February 7th, 1998. The Amerzone Coast Guard passed by, on edge, worried about a foreigner crossing the border illegally. Got rid of them with some bottles. Need to keep an eye out. April 10th, 1998. Storms already. Almost lost the wind turbine, but the Explorer helped me. Correctly applied the emergency protocol I wrote down. Even wants to strengthen it with rope. Go ahead, big guy. I'm off to fish. Material relevant to the fisherman. Oh, and it looks like it's about that time.
Good evening, everyone. I see we are at 12:02 in the morning this Sunday, and it looks like our delightful viewing session is getting a little intermission soon. Since Gord will be taking a short break from Amerzone, the Explorer's Legacy, there will be some great clips playing for us to enjoy next. This is the perfect opportunity, so please take a few minutes to grab a drink, or stretch your legs, and take care of yourself while the ads run.
Not sure, still got to decide which car we're going to use, get comfortable with the setup, and practice driver swaps. Nice. Nebel beer. Puebla rum. Alcohol, definitely homemade, most certainly smuggled. Notes of a Missing Person 3. My hasty departure from Puebla, prompted by the troubling arrival of a group of soldiers at the outskirts of the village, caused me to lose half of my research. It would have been a disaster if I didn't have such a good memory, honed by years of study and the relative illegality of my presence at Amerzone. Alvarez has a particular dislike of researchers. Why, I don't know, but rumors mention a friendship turned sour. My research led me to this strange little island, only a few hundred kilometers off the Amerzone coast. Local fishermen calls it Shipwreck Island and avoid it like the plague. Storms and shipwrecks abound here, and many sailors have been caught unawares by its reefs. The island forms the center of a tortuous archipelago, which was very difficult for me to traverse. When I arrived, I was surprised to find that the island was almost completely uninhabited, with the exception of a solitary, distrustful fisherman. At first he claimed to know nothing about the Ophidian idol. I spent several days buttering up with the excellent rum I smuggled from Puebla, and finally he told me of a centuries-old legend, a story passed down from generation to generation of the various castaways who have come to this cursed island over the years. Amerzone has been fertile ground for smugglers, pirates, and pillagers since the arrival of the Portuguese conquistadors in the 15th century. And now I've got to start the break, guys. I'll be back in just a few. That's it? Not even 1 star? I just brought you a damn antimatter bomb on my back, people. Wow.
Did you ever build a castle in the air? Here is one. Brought down to earth and fixed for the wonder of ages.
I forgot I was building the Taj Mahal. Suspicious. Great. You've been snatched from existence by a tentacled beast lurking beneath the grate. You feel the painful sting of digestive fluids.
And I am on the brink of vastly improving the tool's archaic design.
Whereas I will perfect it.
I can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase the projectile's velocity.
Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is better.
Why not
Mainly
both?
with explosive tips. Boomsticks.
Why not both?
Both? Both is good.
That could work.
Now watch the disc. No, watch the... No, watch... No. I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. Clearly there were some areas they had... Clearly there are some areas they have not invested a lot of work in improving.
Snipers in a town. Watch out, there's 2 of them.
I only count 1, are you sure?
Mehmet'e ne oldu?
O mu? O artık gündüz vardiyasında çalışıyor.
Memnun muymuş?
Mutluymuş öyle dedi.
I'm coming.
Ama ben kişisel olarak turistlerle muhatap olmak istemem.
Oh, I gotcha. Pull me up. You put on weight, mate. Pull me up. Yeah. Oh, shit, that was close. All right, no more donuts for you.
Wow. Okay, I am back. You are very correct, Jim. She is very persistent indeed. Oh, thank you, Cleric. I'll just give this a moment to let the shout-out go through.
Hello everyone. I wanted to give a little shout out to one of our long-time friends who has been exploring some truly marvelous lore among us. To all you wonderful patrons, please make sure to check out Jim Racer 77. They were last streaming in Overwatch and have so much knowledge waiting for you there. While they spend a lot of time in sci-fi or racing games, you know they'll give any category their full attention, which is always quite impressive. Seriously, go follow them and join the adventure.
So how was Overwatch treating you, Jim? Drawn by the promise of riches and glory, these adventurers massacred the indigenous tribes, some of whom are said to have been descended from the Incas who came here from the west a long time before. They were massacred in vain. No riches awaited their killers. The most famous of the conquistador expeditions learned this from bitter experience after sailing up the Amerzone River to the Temple of Flight of the Ovo tribe, a monument that overlooked the chain of volcanoes that stretched beyond the marshlands. They found only a simple statuette of an Ophidian figure, not fashioned from gold, diamonds, or other precious gemstones, merely from local stone, which shone as a stunning blue-green and turned out to be worthless. No one knows what the conquistadors did with the statuette. Some say it changed hands many times, sometimes stolen by other pillagers, sometimes by pirates, never finding its way back to its rightful owners. It is even said that it sank with a galleon sailing close to Shipwreck Island, and that it has been resting there ever since with the occupants at the bottom of the ocean. My host, the island fisherman, asserts for his part that all the legends around the statuette have one thing in common. They end badly, and that it would be better if the idol remained lost forever, forgotten by all. Treasure hunt. I was able to get hold of notes that a young researcher had left behind after his stay on Shipwreck Island. He was convinced that an ancient relic stolen from the ancestors of the Ovo tribe of Amerzone was hidden somewhere on the atoll. Alcohol smuggling in Puebla. In the makeshift bar on Shipwreck Island, I noticed a bottle that looked an awful lot like homemade hooch. The scrawled label showed that it originated from Puebla in Amerzone. Played with Ravdos the whole time, always great when we can team up. That's really awesome. A well-stocked bar. I was able to visit the bar that the old fisherman had set up in a wreck on Shipwreck Island, a makeshift affair where an astonishingly well-stocked menu seems sure to have offered a pick-me-up to all the castaways the sea was wont to spit up on these shores. I found a strange logbook in which the old fisherman of Shipwreck Island seems to have recorded each of the shipwrecks he has witnessed, a hobby like any other, I suppose, particularly for one who lives alone on a deserted island. He also recorded the comings and goings of the Amerzonian soldiers, whom the document describes as being unusually on edge of late. I found some relics that once belonged to castaways of distant times, such as from the Second World War. I wonder what geographical anomaly could cause so many wrecks in this atoll. Notes from the island. I came across some strange research notes on Shipwreck Island. Their author, a young researcher, seems to have been searching for a stolen statuette shrouded in a disturbing mystery. Diving helmet. The lamp looks burned out. Oh, whoops. Let's hope it's still watertight. It's interesting to me that there's a bar here if the fisherman is literally the only guy that lives here. Pump. Battery. Yeah, I definitely need a wrench. Okay. Jerry can, empty. Shouldn't I still have an empty jerry can from earlier? A good start. Just a shame it's empty. Wrench. Ideal for tightening or loosening. Fascist identity tag. Belonging to one Oberlieutenant Manfred Suter. I guess he wasn't on the Allies' side. Go to the diving platform, put on the diving suit, put the diving helmet on the diving suit, find equipment for the repair, use the pump to fill the oxygen cylinders. Letter from Valenbois to the fisherman. My dear old friend, I write to you in the hope that you still recall the unlikely little party of travelers my companions and I must have seemed when we were obliged to lay over on your island in 1932 after a collision with a sperm whale. You and I got on very well, and it is in the name of this mutual affinity that I call upon you today to ask for your help. I am intending to return to Amerzone and, as before, stop over, planned this time, on your island. This will be, no doubt, my last voyage, provided my declining health allows me to make the journey at all. I am afraid that for reasons of security I cannot tell you why I must take this journey, and so I ask you to trust me blindly, as it were. My request is simple, should you choose to help me. I ask you to carefully hide the backup diskette enclosed with this letter. Do not let Alvarez's uniformed ruffians get their hands on it. While I am unable to tell you the exact date of my arrival on your island, it will be within a few months at most. It will have to be. Until then, thank you in advance for your help with the diskette, and take care of yourself, friend. Alexander Valenbois. A letter from Valenbois. I was able to read a letter Valenbois had recently sent to the old fisherman on Shipwreck Island. Apparently he sent him one of those diskettes used to update the Hydra Float's operating system, a security measure in case he had a problem with the original diskette. A wise decision, because that's exactly what happened. Without this duplicate, I wouldn't be able to get off this island. Upon my arrival on Shipwreck Island, I met a man who appears to be the only inhabitant, a taciturn old fisherman, more interested in the tranquility of the fish in the lagoon than in my fate. A strange character who seems resolved on offering a minimal welcome to those who, unlike him, find themselves stranded here against their will. He had even set up in one of the many wrecks that litter the lagoon, a bar offering various alcoholic refreshments to the castaways. Castaways of whom the fisherman kept a strange count in his logbook, knowing that some of the wrecks date back to at least the Second World War or even earlier. And with good reason. The fisherman grew up on the island, or at least he was already there in 1932 when the expedition made up of Alexandre Valenbois and his friends Antonio Alvarez and David Mikowski washed up here after the first Hydra float suffered damage. I still don't know the exact nature of their relationship, but it seems that Valenbois and the fisherman became firm enough friends at the time for Valenbois to have recently sent the fisherman one of his backup diskettes, vital sources of data for updating the Hydra float, which must apparently remain hidden from the soldiers of the Amerzonian dictatorial regime arriving on the island. Okay, so that's one case already solved. Actually, let's look at these again. I didn't really get a chance to finish my examination. Okay. So there wasn't much more to it. Belt. Could still be useful for repairing something. Belt has been added to your inventory. Okay. I guess we don't need to worry about putting that back together properly. Okay. We still have something more to do. Ah. That looks better. Jerry can full. Brimming with gasoline now. Perfect. Did I... Wait. Weight belt. Something to keep my feet fixed to the bottom of the sea floor for hours, preferably with some full oxygen cylinders. Cat has been staring at me all night and pawing me weird, so I finally got the message and went and cleaned and refilled his litter. He did his happy. I communicated with my human dance. Nice, Callenroy. Let's give this a shot. Okay, there's more to it than that then. He's so cute. When you respond to his communication correctly, he will dance and prance and even roll happily on the floor. That's amazing. Oh. Okay. Looks like I might be missing something. Maybe a knife of some sort or other cutting implement. We can't simply untie it, can we? Okay, so this island is bigger than I thought. Okay, I don't know that there's a whole lot here at the plane site at the moment. Probably need a shovel to dig that up. On Shipwreck... Oh, July 1932. On Shipwreck Island. Mikowski, Alvarez, and myself. Old sketch by Valenbois. The 1932 expedition. You've found a map of Shipwreck Island. With this, you can now travel instantly to the various areas in this location. To do so, go to the Fast Travel tab of the journal and select your destination. Hydrofloat dock, living area, diving platform, secondary beach, hangar, abandoned cabin. Nothing else here, huh? Oh, I didn't finish examining this. Something to help him forget his loneliness. Aha, machete. Still sharp. Could be used as a weapon, a tool, and apparently a makeshift dart. I still think we should have untied it properly. There we go, that's better. And suddenly it's Bioshock time. I like the fish icon. Find the sperm whale. Okay. Yep, that would be it. I hope it hasn't been trapped there long. They do have to breathe occasionally. Oh, this is not where I wanted to go at all. I do have to kind of wonder why we need to be wearing this suit when we're this close to the surface. I mean, we could free swim this easily. Unless maybe the character actually legit cannot swim. Can we not work our way around this? The diving suit is complete and fully functional. Now I just need to explore the lagoon and find the trapped sperm whale. But... ...1932 expedition... I explored the cabin that Valenbois and his two traveling companions, David Mikowski and Antonio Alvarez, had occupied when they found themselves stranded on the island in 1932. I found a touching item dating back to that time, a small self-portrait of Valenbois who drew himself together with his two friends. So I'm not sure what I need here. Is there any other direction I can go? Because it really does not look like it so far. So I guess I just own this dive suit now.
You lost, pal?
Nope. I want to see if I can get another jerry can full of fuel. Nope. One and one only by the looks of it. Let's go investigate the living area again. The little residential hut over here. No. No, we're not going here. Stop it. We're going here. Aha. Shovel. For digging up treasure or building sandcastles. Hey, Sylphea. It's going pretty good. Finished up the Swarm expansion, or expedition rather, for No Man's Sky earlier. And now we're making some pretty good progress in Amerzone, I think. How are things going for you? How's your weekend so far? Weekend's going all right. Been drizzly, rainy all weekend, though, so you've yet to do your laundry. I need to get some laundry done myself, honestly. Okay, it looks like there's a key required here. Nope. No. No. If I were a key, where might I be? I am a little jealous of your drizzly, rainy weather, though, I've got to say. I could use a bit of that myself. Actually, today, we kind of have. We had, we actually had some pretty serious weather today. I woke up to realize that an hour earlier, a tornado alert had come through. Because there was one within the area of my cell service tower. Luckily, it didn't actually pass near my home, so I'm okay. Can't use the shovel for anything, can I? See, all I can do is look. I don't understand this part of the game at all. How am I supposed to explore the lagoon if all I can do is look? Unless maybe the only thing I can think of is if I can actually use my boat. my submarine, my plane, whatever you want to call it, the hydrofloat. Then maybe. But if I can do that, what's the point of the diving suit? I don't think there's anything else back here. I'm gonna look back here for the key, even though, honestly, unless the chest happens to be where he hid the disc, I doubt the key is here. Fisherman's logbook. And I can't go look back there. So this seems like a more likely place to find the key. Let's have a look around here. Nothing so far. Please insert a diskette. Can't adjust those. Okay, so he doesn't care for that. Let's, there you go, sir. Sorry about that. Valenbois' to-do list. Oh, we saw this yesterday, right? Okay. Map of the Atlantic. Oh, what's down here? Uh-huh. Valenbois' passport. Instructions from Mondial magazine. Professor Alexander Valenbois, he awaits you at his lighthouse in Brittany. Despite his unsavory reputation, he is the only expert on the little-known Amerzone, and we absolutely have to fill those last pages in the feature that Camille left so empty. Valenbois seems to have enjoyed your communications. Get what you can from him face-to-face, and get back to Paris as soon as possible. The accounts department refuses to cover any hotel fees for this report. There may be a little delay in my return. Letter from the museum. We've got that. Amerzone route map, and we've examined that too. Okay. So these are things that we brought with us. Can I not examine what this is? Guess not. Huh. Can't go in that doorway, huh? It would just lead back in here anyway. And there's nothing back here we can take a look at. Nothing at all, not even back there? No. Oh, then again. Oh no, the box we couldn't look at. Letter from Valenbois to the fisherman. Already got the belt and the wrench here, so I don't know what else we can expect to find. See, it looks like there's been constructions all over this island. I'm wondering why we can't explore more of it. Oh, looks like it's that time again somehow.
Well, it is just past 1 in the morning here at the Library of Law, and we are approaching our little scheduled break soon. Don't worry about missing any gameplay for Amerzone. They have clips lined up while Gord takes a quick stretch away from the stacks. This is actually a great time to grab a refill, or take 5 minutes to wander around before we jump back into the adventure.
Yeah, so that'll be happening in roughly 2 minutes or thereabouts. Can't examine other parts of it. I don't know. Could be that the fisherman did hide the disc in that chest. And if he did, we're going to have to deal with the whale before we can hope to get that open. But I'm at a pretty big loss about the whale, too. I'm going to have to try and see if I can come up with something over the break. Could try talking to him one more time, but he's not in a good mood.
I hid the diskette, just like Valenbois asked. Since you're here with his infernal machine, I guess he didn't have the strength to make the trip himself. Or he kicked the bucket.
Both.
Yeah. I can see in your eyes. It's the latter, not the former.
Okay. Time for me to start the break. If you guys need to get up and grab anything, now's a good time. I'll be back in just a few. Okay. (0926) Oh. Wow. Rude. Well played. 25% of units destroyed, so that means there's only 4. Whatever's launching those LRMs is the last.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
I should have kept my mouth shut. Whoa! I'm not sure what happened there.
Triple kill!
No, come on, get up. Do it. Got him.
Is everyone all right?
Ugh.
You'll ever see.
Thank you, mysterious stranger. Good to have you on my side. Okay. Alright, I'm back. I think we're just gonna have to explore it. I'm gonna head back underwater and see what we can locate. No, I don't want to go... This way, please. Okay, so we've been here. We can see the whale. Oh, hang on, this is new, isn't it? We found it. Free the sperm whale. There's no way that is holding a sperm whale. Come on. Even a young one. Go back and talk to the fisherman. This looks very much like it might be the original version of our ship. Are you trying to bring reality into your computer game? In what sense, Althea? Sorry, it took me a minute to see that. Oh, yes, I suppose I am a little bit. I know. I should know better. Okay, so we need to find a way to bust into that, too. Or, hang on. I suppose I can use... Just needs transparent aluminum? Yes. Unfortunately, that was not available in the 1930s. Okay, we'll have to come back. Oh, I wonder if this is a shortcut back.
Put the diving gear back where you found it. Once you're done with your little swim. What now? I already told you. As long as the fish won't bite because of the sperm whale, I will be in a bad... That's better. Now the fish can come back. And yeah, I know what you're gonna ask. It's coming back to me now. Happened a long time ago. 1932. 33, maybe. There were 3 of them. They had a machine. Just like yours. The same thing. They never managed to restart it. They eventually left on a whaler that was passing through. And the machine remained in the lagoon for some time. Then in time, it sank. They also left a chest behind.
Yep, I found it.
In that ruined shack over there.
Yep.
On the other side of the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That Valembois guy sent me something to hide in it a short while ago. Something that has to do with your machine. I guess it's yours now. Farewell, then. Farewell.
Thank you, sir. Worn key. I just have to use it on the chest the fisherman told me about. Worn key has been added to your inventory. Oh, it's not just the disc. Illustrated map. Shipwreck Island, a specific spot, seems to be indicated with a strange note, and the remains of the greedy just wrath will swing above the object of their vain desire. November 12th, 1933. This enforced stay on Shipwreck Island has given me the opportunity to get to know my traveling companions better. While I was already good friends with Antonio, the superficiality of my connection with David soon became apparent after we left Brittany. I was looking forward to our long journey bringing us closer together. Alas, the days of waiting and anxiety that have passed following our shipwreck have revealed character traits in my companions that I would never have suspected. Antonio, whom I have known for a number of years now, has always seemed an honest man, a fervent defender of the Enlightenment. For a long time I believed I'd found in him the brother I'd never had. But in these last few days I've been alarmed to see the integrity that I valued so highly transform into an unyielding rigidity. Antonio loves Amerzone as a brutal man loves his dog. He believes that the country needs to be ruled with an iron fist and not cushioned with what he calls primitive muck. David, without attaining the same virulence as Antonio, seems to hold a similar view of Amerzone. His fears are for the souls of its people, which he believes are in peril on account of their pagan practices. What's more, David's character, which I had initially thought calm and compliant, now appears to me more as an irredeemable spinelessness. I've never seen him stand up to Antonio, even in cases where he clearly wished to say something. In spite of everything, I must try to keep a level head. All these tensions are probably just the result of our unbearable delay on this island. Tomorrow we will try to repair the Hydrofloat's radio. The engine cannot be saved, but if we manage to send out a distress call, all is not lost. Obviously, returning to France at this stage of the expedition would be utterly humiliating. I won't do it. Not when we're this close. Diskette 3. Helicopter and sailboat modes this time. Can't wait to try them. New material relevant to treasure hunt. The 1932 expedition. In a chest that Valenbois must have used in 1932 when he found himself stranded on Shipwreck Island, I found some interesting notes which seem to have been carefully hidden, and with good reason. They contain thinly veiled criticism of the man who was, at the time, still his friend and traveling companion, Antonio Alvarez, the future dictator of Amerzone. I found a roughly drawn map of Shipwreck Island. It shows a specific location similar to a treasure map. Insert the new diskette into the Hydrofloat. The chest did indeed have one of Valenbois' diskettes in it. I should get back to the Hydrofloat and use it. Oh, what does this say? And the remains of the greedy just wrath will swing above the object of their vain desire. I noticed that earlier. I didn't say anything. But there is a structure right by the hangar which really pretty strongly resembles a gallows. Apparently that's for quite good reason. Ancient statuette. Find the treasure marked on the map. Achievement unlocked. Nice. An indigenous work of art. The sensation of holding it awakens the memory of a forgotten feeling. Comfort? Investigation completed. The stolen relic. Finding a way to continue my journey with the Hydrofloat was not the only activity I pursued on Shipwreck Island. I also embarked upon an unlikely treasure hunt which ultimately led to an archaeological discovery. I owe this discovery to the writings of a young researcher who once stayed on the island. He was apparently convinced that the island harbored a unique and ancient piece of ceramic craftwork, a true relic fashioned by the ancestors of the indigenous tribes that once dominated Amerzone, the Ovo Voholo. It was this tribe that Valenbois betrayed in the 1930s after they had taken him in and nursed him back to health, before they were subsequently brutally repressed by the dictatorial regime of Valenbois' friend Antonio Alvarez. I was able to get hold of a rough map which led me straight to the relic. Its appearance has left me perplexed. A feminine figure crossed with a snake. A combination which should send shivers down my spine, but no. Quite the opposite. I find it calming. The sense of something immutable, something beyond me that will continue to exist long after me. What should I do with this relic now that I am responsible for it? Sell it? Leave it to gather dust on a shelf? Donate it to a museum? I have a feeling there's another answer, and that I should keep this sculpture close until I find it. I opened an old chest that had been carefully hidden in the fine sand of Shipwreck Island. It contained a strange sculpture, probably pre-Columbian, evoking a half-human, half-serpent figure. Okay, so we have one thing left to find on Shipwreck Island, and it's a piece of the 1932 expedition. Don't want to go here. Let's go talk to Fisherman Guy. He's in a better mood. Maybe he'll be a little more chatty.
All the fish swam off.
Okay, maybe he won't be chatty at all. Well, I guess I can put the disc in, as long as I don't do the transformation and get everything started, it should be fine. Helicopter and sailboat modes. Convert the hydrofloat into a helicopter. Oh, I need coordinates. Well, crap.
No, fish aren't biting. Now that the whale is freed, you can go take a look at the wreckage of Valenbois' first contraption. Over there.
I'm going to take that as a hint. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get me much that I haven't already seen. Convert the hydrofloat into a helicopter. Enter the correct coordinates. The hydrofloat sailboat and helicopter modes are now available. The helicopter mode should enable me to leave the island. But I want to investigate this thing. How did you come up with all of these librarian characters for your bot messages? Oh, actually, Selphea, some years ago, during the pandemic, I think it was, I used to do this thing where I had a feature called Storytime, where people could redeem Storytime. I don't remember what the criteria was. And I would read little, like, micro short stories that I wrote about the library and the people that were involved in it, and most of the ones that you hear during the alerts and popping up those messages and stuff, they were the characters that I was writing about. The exceptions are Geralt and Gitana, those ones came up later as I was actually creating this feature, the AI personas, or the TTS rather, the TTS personas and whatnot. But the others like Hilera and Jaduri and all of them, they were characters in those stories. Bring back story time. I joke, mostly. Don't put more pressure work for yourself. I might bring it back in a different form. I don't suppose anybody's actually played this before. I'm feeling a little bit stuck about the hydroplane, the sunken one. Hydra float, rather. Also, the coordinates, although it does occur to me, if they were planning on leaving originally in their Hydra float, they probably had coordinates for the next stage of the journey located on board. I don't know this game at all. It looks great, though. I'm loving it so much. It's fantastic. Haven't played it, but can find a walkthrough. What are you missing about the sunken Hydra float? Let me show you exactly what I'm missing. It's probably a lot easier than trying to describe it. So I can go into the water. I've already done the blue whale thing, so that's not a blocker. Here's the Hydra float. And I can interact with it, but only this way that I've found so far. If I come around here, and the character pulls on this thing trying to bring the door down, or the panel, and it's stuck. And I can't find any other interactions that have anything to do with the Hydra float. Attach a grapnel to the door? Holy crap, thank you, Selphea. Oh my god. That would have taken me 50,000 years to think of. I might have gotten there eventually, but seriously, it probably would have been real-time days before that ever occurred to me. Hey, Mytharian, how's it going? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. How's your weekend going?
Don't make so much noise walking on the dock.
No promises.
There might be some fish left after all your buckets.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, sir. Weekend is okay. It started off with a bit of a bang with Arian. Luckily, not literally. I woke up to find that...
You want to make all the fish swim off with all your ruckus or what?
Sure. How do I do that, sir? I woke up to find that an hour before my wake-up time, there had been an emergency alert for a tornado in my area, which luckily did not pass anywhere near my place. So that was exciting. The rest of the weekend has basically been stream. We started off with No Man's Sky, the Swarm expedition. I finished that. That was a lot faster than I expected. And here we are, playing Amerzone again. Did this work at all? Oh. Oh, hey. It is Winters. How are you doing? It's good to see you, by the way. Now what? Aha. We're in, guys. Slept a lot. Excellent. I really appreciate sleep. Okay. So coordinates... That looks like about 227. Yep, not quite as advanced as the one we've got. What else might be in here, I wonder? Soggy photo. You can still make out Alexander Van Bois, David Mikowski, and Antonio Alvarez, probably during the 1932 expedition. Investigation completed. Tension between Valembois and his companions. A couple weeks ago, I woke up in the afternoon, and when I looked at our yard, there was tree litter everywhere. I was like, did I sleep through a whole storm this morning? Yep. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. He's gonna love the noise of the chomper mode, I'm sure. Destination unlocked, Amerzone Delta. Okay, we'll come back and do that. My instructions are to return the dive suit. It's an adventure game, Winters. So very much like Monkey Island and the Sierra games and Beneath the Steel Sky, Beyond it. No, what are we doing? We don't want to go all the way out here. We want to go here. So basically puzzle solving and exploration, probably minimal to zero combat. No. Ugh. I did not want to go up. Nick Bradley, welcome back. Those kinds of games just in gorgeous 3D? Yes, this is a remake of a late 1990s game. I want to say it was about 1998, maybe 1999 it came out. But the remake just came out last year. So it looks fantastic. I don't seem to be able to put the dive suit away, so I guess we are going to become thieves. What is FNAF 2? Yeah, Myst is actually a very good comparison, Jim. This reminds me of Myst in a lot of ways. Because Myst is, of course, another game of that nature.
Again.
Don't worry, I'm taking off now. Literally. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Cool, Nick. I have all of the Myst games, Jim. I don't think... I have played some of them, but I've never finished any of them. I haven't really made any significant progress in a lot of them. Okay. Form valid. Hey, you bring light in. How's it going? It's good to see you. Use throttle to initiate departure. Turbulence warning. Sorry, buddy. We won't trouble you again. Probably. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 was good. I've never played any of them. Not my kind of thing. But I always had enormous respect for the guy that made them. Because it's not easy to make a game under any circumstances, let alone working completely alone. So that guy, very big thumbs up from me. Oh, the movie. Okay. Wait, movie. I think I remember hearing a long time ago that they had made a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. When did they make a second one? That's actually even more impressive in a way. That the first one did well enough that it warranted a sequel. Rest recommended. Oh, so just recently. Interesting. Okay. Shipwreck Island. Finished Chapter 2. Looks like I missed a radio message. That's unfortunate. I should have checked it. Water landing. Okay, here we are. Officially in Amerzone. Officially and illegally. Proceed upriver to reach next destination. Change of travel mode required. Fuel not required. Coordinates not required. Proceed upriver to reach next destination. Oh, nope, other way. That looks about right. Form valid. I do remember they were revolutionary when they were first released. Yeah. They've been getting remakes recently as well, actually. At least the first one. Maybe Riven as well, I want to say. Beware of collisions. Collision detector active. Grapnel inactive. Interesting. Use throttle to extend sails and depart. Now, can I... Whoa! Okay, don't reach your hand outside the boat. Got it. Hey, Mad, how's it going? Nope, nothing there we can do. A distant silhouette, Amerzonian religions. It must have been installed when the country was colonized in the 18th century. It still seems to promote a paternalistic vision of the faith. Colonial statue. Oh, I never read my article. During his expedition to Amerzone in 1932, Alexander Van Bois and his companions David Mikowski and Antonio Alvarez found themselves stranded on Shipwreck Island after a collision with a sperm whale. A forced stop at the very gates of the Amerzone, which appears to have been exposed the first cracks in the friendship that had tied the three young adventurers up until then. While their inactivity on the atoll and their desperate wait for rescue certainly contributed to these tensions, a more significant factor was probably the differences in character of the three friends, signs of which appear in one document after another. Indeed, considering the fanatic idealism of Van Bois, the inflexible righteousness of Alvarez, and Mikowski's placid docility, it is hardly surprising that tensions arose among the men. Alvarez had an implacable nature. It is useful to recall that just a few years later he would become the ferocious dictator that we know today, and this seemed to be the most frequent trigger for discord. Perhaps even to the point of instilling fear in the other two men? One might well wonder, particularly in light of the fact that Valenbois seems to have carefully hidden away on the island the few written notes in which he may have criticized his friend. This question leads us to another, more speculative one. What would have happened to the three adventurers if the three adventurers had gone down with the first model of the Hydrofloat? What would Amerzone be today if its three tormentors in the making had never managed to set foot on Amerzonian soil in 1932? In the wreck of the first Hydrofloat, I found an old photo which had miraculously survived decades submerged in the depths of the lagoon. It shows the three members of the 1932 expedition, Alexander Valenbois, Antonio Alvarez, and David Mikowski. Their contrasting personalities shone through in the image. A silhouette in the shadows. Since my arrival in Amerzone, I've noticed a silhouette peering out at me from the shadows. A strange, dark-haired woman. Yikes. Got my new PC hooked up. Oh, nice, Mad. And now realizing my KVM is fried. Oh, no. So gonna get a new one tomorrow. That sucks, Mad. But how's the PC running otherwise? Oh, I know. I'm well aware, Nick, that it's based on Chuck E. Cheese. I remember Chuck E. Cheese from eons ago. It boots up, and lucky for me, I have lots and lots of keyboards and mice. Excellent. Let's give this a go.
What the heck was that? All points bulletin. This is it, everyone. An unidentified aircraft has violated our borders. An intruder has entered our glorious country. I repeat, all points bulletin. An intruder has violated our borders. Locate and stop this threat. I repeat, locate and stop.
Okay, so they know I'm out here. Fantastic. But they're looking for an aircraft, not a sailboat.
Now, for everyone who's still with us, we are at 2:02 in the morning right now. In about 3 minutes, there will be a short break. There will be a short break. Gord takes a breather from Amerzone. The Explorer's Legacy. It is a perfect window to take care of yourself and grab a drink or stretch your legs. Remember that these ads help support the library. So feel free to wander off for a moment. Clips will continue playing until we get back to the action.
Alright, guys. That'll be about 2 minutes. I would probably just delay this and end at my usual time, except that I did take a while to get going today. Rest recommended. Okay. Because of that, I'm going to go a little longer than usual. So we'll let the boat steer itself, and I'm going to get some shut-eye. But isn't Chuck E. Cheese still up? They may still exist. I don't think they're anywhere near as big as they used to be. Fun fact about Chuck E. Cheese. It was founded and created by the guy that founded and created Atari, Nolan Bushnell. They used to be. I don't know if they still are. Docking. Alright, guys. I am going to have to get the break going now. If you need to get up and grab anything, I'll be back in about 3.5 to 5 minutes or thereabouts. Harold is beating me for Suzerain of La Venta. Irritating. Yeah, I'll work on Stockholm. He can have La Venta. Is that the Headless Horseman running beside his horse?
We've stopped. What is it?
Chasing his horse. I've never seen this before. That's amazing.
I know farmers are hostile, but I...
Okay, so now we know the indicator for your being hunted. Oh crap. It turns out laser combat is actually very similar on Stara. If you hit them in the head, they really like to stumble around and stagger a lot, which means they... Oh, hello. I don't believe we've been introduced. If you don't mind, I'm inclined to keep it that way.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Out of the way, mission. There we go. Okay, that's getting real old. Really? Oh, crap. Oh my...
Another marauder camp, yeah. I seen what you assholes are up to.
The heck was... Okay, I am back. There are 5 in the Toronto area alone. Wow. I guess that's a yes then. And I think you're right, Nick. I don't think you had told me you're Canadian. That's very cool. I am also Canadian. Thank you, Matt. Conditions not yet met to reach next step. Please insert a diskette. Enter the fort. Thank you, Jim. All right, let's see here. Use LB to take a closer look. Puebla. Out of gas. A ghost village. Wow. The bugs are pretty intense here. Oh, right. You actually just reminded me, Winters, by doing that. I don't think I can, at the moment, at least. I don't think I can see what the stream stickers actually look like, if anyone does them. I will have to make a point of getting that set up tomorrow. Okay, so I need some sort of key. I'm sure that's a very friendly sound. Can I knock? Nope. Doesn't open. The threat of espionage is real. Report any suspicious activity to the authorities. Thank you, Winters. I set it up a while ago, actually, and then I kind of forgot about it because I was distracted by other things I was doing. Oh, a person. Mikowski? Wow.
So Valenbois passed away, didn't he? And you are taking the egg of the white birds back. You know that the three of us wanted the happiness of this country, and we have each contributed to its misfortune. We were a bunch of stupid and narrow-minded idealists. That's the plain truth. We realized this too late. Yes. Too late. May God have mercy upon us. All that is so far away. She came from a mysterious village lost in the jungle.
Oh, is this the lady?
Valenbois loved her a lot, you know. And then he betrayed her. He went back to Europe, and she pined away and died.
Oh, that's sad. I was wondering if maybe we'd get to meet her.
In the fort, there is fuel for your engine and that backup diskette Valenbois sent me. I hid it in my private quarters in the presbytery. Take it. Take it, if need be. You still have a long way to go. A very long way. I will pray that God helps you with your undertaking.
Mikowski's key. That's so cool that we got to meet him. Gives access to Fort Puebla.
I thought I heard
Greenie
a little while ago, but my mind plays tricks on me as I get older.
82 frickin' months. That's amazing, Greenie. How are you doing? How was today? Good news of a sort. I'm actually going to be continuing a little bit longer than usual.
Another significant milestone by resubscribing at Tier 1 after 82 months. We recognize this persistent engagement, particularly within our exploration of Amerzone, the Explorer's Legacy content. Your continued presence, Sir Druid, is essential for cataloging the intersection between arcane lore and digital entertainment. Such sustained scholarly contribution ensures the integrity of our collection records and expands the utility of the library greatly. We offer our profound gratitude to Lawkeeper Greenie Trini.
Yes, indeed we do. Thank you so much, Greenie. It's good to see you. Busy day? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Gisela Mendez. 1988 to 1991. Love to the End and Beyond. Stuffed toy animal. Oh. An Amerzonian great white bird. Oh, that's interesting. Hand sewn by a loved one, I imagine. The indigenous people of Amerzone. You'll find it in your investigations. An everyday tragedy in Puebla.
Well, now I have a shout out for Jim Racer, 77, who has been such a consistent friend to this library of lore over the years. They bring so much enthusiasm, whether they are deep into science fiction, or navigating complex racing simulators. If you want to catch up with remember that they were last streaming Overwatch, and everyone should go follow their channel.
Yes. Thank you, Greenie. And definitely, everyone needs to go follow Jim. Oh, I almost forgot to go in here. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus, John 14:6. No actual interactions. Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Mikowski. There we go. Was that a tank? No, it's not. It's a door. Okay. Inspect the area. Terrorismo Nativo. Beware of the agents of chaos. Traitors and enemies of the state will be executed. Amerzone, you know nothing about this. Have you heard of the Siberia series by any chance? Because this is the first game. You have Siberia 3. Oh yeah, that's right. I think we talked about this recently. My limited understanding suggests to me that this game has a somewhat loose connection to the rest of the series, but it was created by Benoit Sokal back in the late 1990s. This, of course, this does not look like late 1990s graphics. That's because this is a 2025 remake of the game that they did after his death. And, yeah, so it's a little bit of a looser connection to the rest of the series, but it was the first one that he did, and I am having such a blast with it. The basic idea is that I am a French person who is trying to earn their press pass, and so I'm doing a story for a magazine on an explorer who led a kind of an infamous expedition to the country of Amerzone in South America, which is located next to Brazil. It's a fictional country, obviously, but we're here in Amerzone because we got to where the expeditioner had lived. We went there, we interviewed him, but the interview only lasted maybe a minute or two because he died, unfortunately. And he spent the whole time that we talked to him trying to convince us that we had to go on this expedition, this new expedition back to Amerzone in his place, Not to clear his name because the first expedition was such a disaster, but because he had caused great harm to the country, and he wanted to atone for it and to try to set things right. And so here we are, trying to return a great egg of the great flightless, or the great white birds of Amerzone, to the people who need it. You laughed? I have this young lady that works as one of my prep cook. Oh, lad that works as one of my prep cooks. He asked me today if I had ever played Baldur's Gate. Was he talking specifically about Baldur's Gate 3, or does he know about the whole series? Oh.
The intruder! Bernardus! Here he is! Stop! Don't move!
Oh boy. That's unfortunate.
Koryuko.
You're up, huh? So tell me, who
The
sent
graphics don't look great.
CIA? FSB? You'd better start talking. Because as soon as my comrade is done with the priest, we, I guess someone didn't want to talk. So brace yourself, stranger. You're in for a very, very, very long interrogation.
The first one came out in 1988, yes. Oh, great, they took all my stuff. Fantastic. Could this be put to a more creative use? Perhaps. But perhaps not on its own.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing to see here. Where did my rock go? Okay, so that didn't bring me any assistance. Oh. Oh.
Shut up, you idiot! Believe me, you do not want me to come in there and show you what you'll get for being a smartass!
Okay, then. I said to him that the graphics then were impeccable. They don't hold up today, but the actual gameplay is eons beyond what we have now. Oh, hang on. Shard of glass. Razor sharp. Actually, probably sharper than a razor.
Oh, so you managed to break free of the rope, huh? That won't change a thing for you. But you better believe you'll pay extra for that when we question you.
I would think at least here that my love of Baldur's Gate is known. Oh, very, very known, yes. Escape the cell. That looks like a potentially diggable spot, but I don't have anything to really dig with. Oh, hang on. What's the message say? You can kill a man, but not his dreams. Hmm. Ah. That'll probably make the capture easier. Who knows how many prisoners must have used this? It's pretty big. Caphardus horribilis. This bug is not entirely new to me. Didn't Valembois mention it in his travel journal? One of my guys that I work with found out I stream. He's been hanging out. I told him I need days off. He flat out told me I need some greeny treeny to relax to, which makes me happy. Excellent.
Hey! Watch it, stupid! We'll take care of you soon enough. So stop making such a fuss. Hey! Your first warning wasn't enough?
Nope.
What the hell are you trying to do?
I don't think that's actually going to work very well anyway. No.
Hey! You! Drop that!
Damn it.
Come on. Did you really think you'd trick me with that little pen? Just you wait until we question you. You'll see.
So far, this guy seems entirely talk and no action. Try using the broken glass on the cell guard. Achievement unlocked. Can I just pick this up somehow? No? Okay. Rope with hook. Now we're talking. Could easily be hooked onto something. TheGameCleric Gaming coming in with the raid. What's going on? Welcome on in. How was your stream? Tell me all the things. What were you up to? I would love to hear all about it. Guys, if you're not following TheGameCleric Gaming, please go check them out. They have visited us before.
Oh wow, it's barely
Sunday
afternoon at all. We are deep in Tomodachi life, living our little dreams. Speaking of wonderful digital gatherings, we have some incredible news to share with everyone watching. I just caught a ripple of pure kinetic joy-like when you find that single perfect glyph in an otherwise incomprehensible codex, and it comes from Dave Garrett. They have absolutely flooded the channel with seven amazing raiders showing support for the Library of Law. Thank you so much, Dave Garrett. That is phenomenal dedication and generosity. Truly astounding to witness. If you haven't already, please take a moment to head over to Dave Garrett Gaming's Twitch channel. The content is just as vibrant. It reminds me a bit of the bioluminescent flora found on Xylo 7, which only thrives when exposed to certain harmonic frequencies. A completely separate tangential observation, but somehow related. Seriously though, please follow them and support their stream so they can continue sharing that wonderful energy with us all.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. What's going on? I would love to hear all about what you were up to this evening. And thank you for the shout out, Greenie. I appreciate that. We'll just wait a moment for that to clear.
Hello everyone. It's so wonderful gathered here in the Library of Law today. If you are interested in fun virtual exploration games, please make sure you check out the channel belonging to Dave Garrett Gaming, who was last streaming Tomodachi Life, living the dream. They have such a great sense of humor, and I highly recommend that everyone follow their adventures. Give them a look whenever you get a chance.
Yes, indeed. How is Tomodachi Life? I don't know much about that game. I've heard of it before, but I have never played it myself or seen anyone play it, so anything you could tell me would be fantastic. Or if you've got to take off and take care of yourself after stream, I know how it goes, so please absolutely feel free to do that. If you happen to be new here in this channel, my name is GordMcLeod. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play a wide variety of mostly single-player story-driven games with excellent character and narrative development, as well as some strategy games, sandboxy games, retro RPGs, classic adventure games, and every now and then I have been known to do a Lego build or two as well, so if any of that sounds good to you, please do feel free to hit the follow button. And I've got a little video to welcome you in properly. Hopefully it won't scare too many of you away. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the Library of Lore. Put a bit of a rush on this, which means we might not actually get to out. Wow. Gotcha. Yep, that is totally a thing that works in real life, by the way. Dealt with. Who'd have thunk?
Great, let's go.
Whoops. Sorry. Boom. How did I do that? What the heck?
In all the worst places, there are mushrooms.
Coincidence. Oh, good. Oh my god.
And cut that out.
Oh, that. Oh my. Ow. Oh, that was cool. There we go, finally. Oh my. Wow. Nope. Ah. There you go. That's a little bit of a preview of what you can expect around here. Thank you so much for coming over with the raid. Let me see. Thank you for the shout out. My pleasure. I played Mario Kart World where I finished the last 2 cups on there. Oh, very nice. How did that go? Then played Tomodachi Life, living the dream where the usual weird shenanigans took place. Excellent. Well, over here, we are playing Amerzone, the Explorer's Legacy, which is a 1998 adventure game, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure the exact year it came out, but 1998 is a pretty significant year and nothing has been referenced beyond that, so I assume that's when the original game came out. This is a 2025 remake of the original game, though. It's the first game in the Siberia series, which I've been wanting to play for a long time, so this is my first effort at getting into it, and I've got to say, I'm really hooked. I really love this game so far. It is super fantastic. I've also got to say, I don't usually stream this late. I'm going a little bit longer than usual because I got a late start myself tonight. I will be wrapping up fairly soon, but I'm going to keep going a little bit. So we just found ourselves arrested, and I've got a hook with a rope on it, so basically a grappling hook. And I'm trying to get out of my cell. You can kill a man, but not his dreams. Oh. Unit 34 of the River Brigade, Puebla Garrison.
What was that? Who's there? Crap. Crap! The engine's totally destroyed.
What?
The compost will skin me alive. How the hell did this happen? That bloody car. I'm really gonna get it when Lieutenant Campos sees the state of that Jeep. They already sent me to the middle of nowhere. What's gonna happen now?
Started a little late myself, had a cousin's funeral. Oh, I'm so sorry. And a nephew's graduation party. Well, that's better. Oh, you poor sucker. So you were out of the house most of the day? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about the funeral. I hope the graduation went well. I hope all of it went well, really. Mikowski's key gives access to Fort Puebla. Guard's keys have been added to your inventory. The key to the cell. Okay, that's all we need. Now, can we loot him? Please let me loot him. It was a very unusual day, to say the least. Everything went well, fortunately. That's good. Okay, we can't loot him. What about the car? Can we loot the car? Nope, where's... Oh, look at this. I have a satchel and a jerry can. If I'm really lucky, maybe the jerry can has fuel. Full of gasoline, with the compliments of the Amerzone army. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, so we were all the way back there. That's where we came in. This is a nice place. Hopefully that doesn't mean somebody's currently living here. Puebla, 1991. Father, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your prayers and support through the sickness of our little Gisela. Sadly, her health is not improving. Oh, it's her place. To tell you the truth, I'm starting to lose hope. And though it is, of course, perfectly understandable, my wife's distress, God bless her, is not helping matters. In her desperation, she has brought out one of her pagan idols, a white bird left to her by her mother. I know that it is a sin, but I'm almost glad that the old woman is no longer of this world. Who knows what strange remedies she would have made my poor daughter gulp down. Father, you have some influence over my wife's state of mind. I beseech you, try to persuade her to let go of her heathen charms once and for all. They are just making matters worse. All I want is for her to share my faith in our Supreme Leader. Hasn't he promised that a convoy of humanitarian aid has left from Alvarezopolis? Crossing the jungle to Puebla shouldn't take more than a day on the railroad. Gisela's medication will be here soon. I can feel it. I keep my faith in God and our Supreme Leader. God bless you, Father. J.O. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mendez. Mr. Mendez. An everyday tragedy in Puebla. The author, one Mr. Mendez, seemed to support the march towards progress begun by the Amerzonian dictator. He said it represented the only hope of putting an end to the severe shortages that caused the illness of his young daughter Gisela. Mr. Mendez's wife did not share his convictions. She appears to have maintained close ties to her indigenous family's community, which has suffered vicious repression under Alvarez's regime. A handmade stuffed toy animal, no doubt a gift from a loved one. It's an Amerzonian white bird, a figure highly symbolic of Amerzone's indigenous culture, and one that is now outlawed under Antonio Alvarez's regime. A tragic souvenir that I found in the Puebla cemetery on the grave of a little girl, Gisela Mendez. We still have one more piece of that story to find here. Okay, let's see. I was in here the last time you were streaming, and I thought this looked interesting. I'm going to head off the PC for the night, but I'll try to make it back on mobile if you're still here. I'm going to have to wrap up fairly soon, but I'll probably go another 10 minutes or so. So have a good night, Dave Garrett, if I don't see you again. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us all from unrighteousness. Interesting. What's this? Looks like I need something more for this. Whatever it is, I don't think I'm going to find it inside this house. See you next time, Dave Gamer Gaming. Thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate that. Luckily, they didn't seem to have a whole lot of soldiers here. There was... Uh-oh. Okay, so that's where the body is. No idea where the conscript is. Maybe he took off? We can hope. Natives will not be served. Do we really want to approach this guy? Isn't he the one that caught us earlier?
I didn't want to.
Oh, he's drunk out of his mind.
I didn't want to kill the Padre. He said that you and your machine, you were gonna bring back the white birds. All of that's just a bunch of Indian stories. Stories from those damned bare-ass Indians. Me, I'm not an Indian anymore. I'm an Amerzone citizen. The priest, he pissed me off, that's all. So, the shot just went off by itself.
This guy's having a bad day.
I'm just a farmer. They forced me to be a soldier. I'm not an assassino. I'm just a poor farmer. That's all.
I gotta say, I love the way they're telling the story here. The Condor of Amerzone. President Alvarez watches over the homeland.
I knew we should have waited for Lieutenant Campos.
Okay, what else do we have here? Decorative animal skin. Looks like it has been moved around a lot. Ooh, whoops. Homemade, judging by the label. This bottle is not as dusty as the others, and no longer full. Someone's had a drink from it recently. Okay, he doesn't seem like he's going to be a problem anymore. Maybe we can go back into the church again. Or investigate this. Convenient rock we can drop in to see how deep it is. That's a fair distance. I love how the rope is magically long enough for whatever purpose I happen to need it for. Okay, guys, I think down here... Oh, we do have a lighter. That's handy. But I think down here is where we need to wrap it up. I've gone quite a bit later than usual. And we need to raid out of here. So let me get my awesome list of awesome people up. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying this game even a fraction as much as I am, because I'm absolutely loving it. It's so good. Thank you, Jim. Okay, so it looks like Hodon Kane is playing some Baldur's Gate 3 tonight. Jessica Ravenblatt is playing Honkai Star Rail. I'm a Ray of Flippin' Sunshines playing The Sims 4. Ultrasaurus is on as her alternate account, the Dinosaur Bot, playing Storage Hunter Simulator. Lunity is on. She's playing something I've never heard of called Ascend to Zero. I think that might be a sponsored segment for her. I don't know what she's going to be playing when she's done with that one. Simcopter is playing some GoldenEye 007 nostalgia under Retro. Tea with Mandy is playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which looks really good. Paige the Witch is playing some Pal World. And Dr. Gluon is playing that Tomodachi Life Living the Dream game, which I'm not at all familiar with, but looks like some sort of anime thing. Looks pretty good, honestly. That's about it for this evening, so if you have any particular preference with regards to the game or streamer we go and visit, let me know in chat. Otherwise, excuse me, otherwise, we will go with my own inclination as soon as I figure out what that is. Okay, nobody seems to be leaping in with any recommendations. I think it's been a while since we visited Jessica. Why don't we go visit her? I think that would be a lot of fun. So we're going to go visit Jessica Ravenblood playing Honkai Star Rail. And here in the Library of Lore, we use... Shh, it's a library raid. You've been bookmarked with the heart emote, the wave emote, and the shh emote of the channel if you are a sub. If you're not a sub, you can use the Twitch raid and the Tomb Raid emote. In either case, sub or non-sub, please feel free to use any emote you feel is fun and appropriate for a raid. If you have emotes of your own, or maybe from another streamer, or even from Twitch themselves, feel free to copy the raid message and arrange the emotes you want to use the way you want them to appear. It'll all be good in my book. So let's get over to Jessica's channel, see what's going on with her, and I will not be back tomorrow. I don't stream on Sunday, but I will be back Monday, and we will almost certainly be playing some more Amerzone. So until then, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your night, day, evening, whatever it is where you are in the world, and I will catch you again real soon. Bye for now. I'm in the wagon, ready to go. I'm out of the hole. First try. Ah! That's not the time to detect a trap, sir.
And the fire shows me something new.
Damn it. There you are. Get back here. Where are you?
Warning, shields are offline. Warning, ship in critical condition.